Hello, this is Zexty. This will just be a quick guide on the new co-op boss, Garmoth. Before you start, you'll need to finish the story, or the Drieghan story, Spread of Terror. This co-op rush is a 10-man co-op, so you can either quick join or you can team up with your friends or your guild. Before actually starting this, you can always look at this boss guide. It gives you some pretty good information for what to expect. So there are going to be 3 different totems, and then Garmoth does have 2 abilities that you need to watch out for, which is the Blight and then the Draconic Rage. As part of this co-op rush, though, there is going to be around the halfway point that Kagtum Commander. Taking him out is going to be pretty important. You basically can't finish the co-op rush until after you finish that commander. But I'll get into that here in a second. Something that really helps in this as well, though, is having your new meals from cooking. So it'll be a pretty good bailout for whenever you're low on HP. Whenever you're in here, just try your best to not stand in front of the boss. So its fire attacks are pretty devastating, and then also its slashing attacks are pretty bad. So as you can see, I mostly try to stand like right behind it or to the side of it, so that way it won't get me with any frontal attacks. Whenever it does fly in the air, there are times where it'll breathe out fire. Just do your best to not stand in front of it. You can run pretty much anywhere in this map. It's a huge map, so feel free to play around with it and use the space that you've been given. And then also watch out for whenever it lands, because it can knock you down and then he can kind of combo you out. So whenever I see that he's jumping and landing, I always try to dash just so he won't land on my head. It's kind of the same thing, just keep attacking, whittle down his HP while you have plenty of people. Try to do as much DPS. Watch out for those little meteors that he shoots out. I kind of walked into them, but dashes are your friends. So there are those meteor attacks from the front. Also watch out for those. Right whenever you get him to 15 bars, he will do this this charging up. This is going to be the Draconic Rage. What I like to do is go for this this totem first, the Draconic Rage Strengthening Totem. I believe it speeds up the time that it takes for Garmoth to hit you with the Draconic Rage. The Draconic Rage is really what wipes a lot of people. As you can see there, I actually dodged that damage. I would recommend trying to do the same. It's pretty hard, but if you can do it, it'll save you some HP. Whenever you're attacking these totems, though, Garmoth will be shooting fireballs at you, so try to get out of the way of those. And just keep an eye on him while you're attacking these totems. So if you can see what he's doing, you'll be less likely to be hit by different attacks. So as you can see there, I mistimed my dodge, so I did get hit by the Draconic Rage, so it does do a lot of damage. It actually wiped out half of my party. So right now there's just 5 of us, and after you do that, you'll and you can see here I just type a little word of encouragement. Even though there's 5 of us, I know it's pretty doable. So just kind of trek on. So we're just gonna keep DPSing it down. Watch out for that. I think you can stay in the circle, but don't go to the edge, because the edge will hurt you more. And then again, watch out for those meteors that he drops there. There is another form of meteors which are a lot worse later on, but for right now, these are pretty manageable. You can kind of see I start lagging. I don't know if that's just because of the game or if that's because I'm recording. But either way, do your best to stay out of the face of him. I think here in a second I am going to mess up my dodges. Something that I forgot to mention was these Blight circles. So if you can see those adventurers with rings around them, that's Blight. So if you stand next to other adventurers, you'll be doing damage to them. So if you have that ring around you, try to get away from people. Or if you see someone near you that has it, try to get away from them as well. So right whenever you get it to 9 health bars, Kagtum Commander will spawn. So there's a couple ways to do this. My personal preference, I guess before I get into that, I will make one comment. So Garmoth will target one adventurer with those fireballs. All you have to do is identify, like, are you that person? If you're that person, run away from your team, go on the opposite end of the Judgement of Aal, and just keep dodging those fireballs until your team is done with this commander. The other thing that you could do is drag the commander far enough where those fireballs don't reach you. So if you're all the way on one side, those fireballs won't go far enough to hit you while you attack the commander, which will be demonstrated here in a little bit. So here's what I'm just saying. If you have the aggro, just kind of run away. The person who has aggro should never be in the Judgement of Aal. Basically, you're gonna kill that judgment piece in like not that many hits. And if you use that Judgement of Aal or Aal, you can kill the Kagtum commander really quickly. So basically, for that judgment piece, you'll need 2 characters, one to drive, the other one to shoot. So it's not too hard. All you really need to do is put the judgment on one side, the commander on that same side, and then have Garmoth facing the other direction. So this is a good example of what not to do. But here in a second, we actually kind of figure out, like, oh, if you stay far enough to this wall, Garmoth won't be able to reach you with the fireball. So there's not too much to worry about. So you can either do it the fast way or you can do it the slow way. This is the slow way. Once you get through this, it's, I don't want to say it's fairly simple from here, but once you finish the commander, Garmoth will come down, you'll be able to attack it again, and from there it's just keep DPSing it. The reason I say it's not simple from there is because Garmoth really powers up around like 3 health bars. I believe it says like he has gleaming red eyes, so his attacks become much more powerful, and then he starts to add new attacks as well. His attack frequency gets a little bit higher too, so there's like another meteorite that happens where it'll warn you to get away. Basically, if you get hit by that, you are dead. So good luck. So basically, that Draconic Rage is like the main team wiper. I would say like towards the very end where he does like a lot more damage, that's the other team wiper. So this Kagtum commander, it should be fairly easy. So here he does Draconic Rage again. Just heal up. Make sure that you're like around full HP whenever that happens, or whenever you're getting close to defeating the Kagtum commander. So that way you won't get wiped by that. And then from here, just try to stand behind it. Watch it from jumping on your head. So the sides or behind, those are pretty good areas to look for. Here's the breath again, just don't stand in front. So I believe here shortly is when he's going to start powering up. So he's frenzied, his eyes start gleaming red or shining red. This is the torrential meteor. Get away from that as soon as possible. Use dashes, use any type of skills to get further away. You don't want to get hit by that. And he will throw it out pretty often, so just be on the lookout for whenever that text box comes up, and then stay away from him. So there goes another person. So now it's just 4 of us, but there's just 3 bars left. I am going to give you a spoiler alert. At some point, I will be the last person alive. So here I actually messed up and got hit by the meteors because I was lagging. Miraculously, I survived, so that's good. But now there's only 3 of us left. So if you're really low, just try to hang back, heal up a little bit. There's no rush because this is not a timed boss. So right there, my last teammate died. Oh, actually I have 1 more left. So it's just me and this 1 other person. We're almost done though. And now my last teammate died. So it's just me. So this will kind of show you, like, you can play it safe. There's not a real rush to this. It won't affect your loot, I don't believe. So try to stay behind it, try to stay on its side. Don't get hit by anything from the front. Dodge these meteors. So from here on out, I'm just gonna kind of let it play out. And I'll talk to you at the end. All right, and that is Garmoth. I do apologize that the end took a little bit longer than expected. Normally, if your team doesn't die, it'll go a lot quicker. I do this with my guild, and we lose like maybe 3 or 4 people, so it's pretty quick. So once you get it down, it's fairly simple. It's fairly quick. It's fairly easy. So hopefully this will help y'all get it done a lot quicker and with less fatalities. So again, you can check the boss guide before you start. It definitely does help to read what happens before you get started. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please leave any comments down below. And then also, if you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. Thank you.